another guest speaker, Miss Ashleigh Collins. She is the founder of Kings and Queens, but also does business with her mother, with another business called Creative Solutions. And so we're just happy to have her. She's going to really speak and touch on opportunity recognition for you all. And we also partner. So a lot of the people we bring on here, we do partner with different programs, different events, and so on. And so a lot of these people we have great connections with. And that's what something we want you all to remember is that even though you're all in this class, even outside of this class, please try to reach out to each other, become friends. You never know where that can lead you. And so we're welcome and we're very happy to have Ashleigh on to speak to you all. So we'll go ahead and give it to Ashleigh.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I was having a hard time unmuting. Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing today? Good. All right. I know I am your guest speaker for today, and I'm going to have you all talk back to me. So I have a few questions, and I will definitely answer those questions and give you some examples. For that, other than that, I want to hear from you all today. Is that all right? All right. So I know that you all are in right now, I believe it's going over kind of like what a business plan would look like, or what a marketplace would kind of look like. So basically, what benefits do you have having your own business? There are a few benefits that, well, there are a lot of benefits that you get out of having your own business. Definitely, a good, stream of revenue coming in, if you are marketing yourself correctly. And then you also are creating a wealth for you and your family. So that's something that a lot of us, we just want to start a business, but you want to also start a business to where you are able to pass it down, and it keeps going on for generations, for generations to come. And then not only that, having your own business, really, I like to help my community. If you are able to help your community, you can definitely make a difference within your community. I know a lot of times, we complain about certain things, but if you see these things happening often, you can also have that solution, and that could be your startup for your business if that is something that you are passionate about. And so the drawbacks are, Mr. Lynn, Professional Lynn has pretty much already said that you're going to fail. You're going to have your failing moments. You're going to have the red zones where you were booming, you had all this income coming in, and then you're going to have those months where you don't have anything. And then it's more so like, what am I going to do? How am I going to, make ends meet? So that is something that is a big drawback. And then, of course, if you don't file taxes, make sure you file your taxes, okay? I know you guys don't know what that one is yet, but when you get there, yes. After you come up with your business plan, how did you analyze and determine? Okay, so basically, coming up with the business plan, with my business plan, it was really based off of helping my community, really for at-risk teens. As my business, Kings and Queens, I mentor at-risk teens. We definitely help them, to kind of go into the right path that they need to be successful individuals. And I let them be themselves. I know a lot of people say, well, you have to act like this and you have to do that. No, be yourself, because You only get one version of you, and you have to live it to the fullest. So definitely that's the biggest thing that I always go for. And then really that was what my good and services offered, was mentorship. And a lot of us need it. A lot of us need someone to be able to talk to someone outside of our families, outside of who we normally deal with on a daily basis. And so that's something that I put myself in that situation. And so, yeah, that is something that I do. Let's see here. Looking for new opportunities for your business. That is the number one thing that you should definitely look into. If you want to start your own business and you have a huge business plan, a huge idea about what you are wanting to do, always look for things that you may have to change later on in the future, that you may have, just that shift. Sometimes when you have a business, you have to make a shift in order to stay relevant. So you always want to be relevant, and to go from there. Online environment, on the online, if you're not visible online, you're not visible in any business. That means website, social media, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, all of those matter. So while you guys are TikToking and stuff and you have your own business, you can actually promote your business through TikTok, through, different things like that. Who TikToks all the time? No one TikToks? I gotta hear voices. No one TikToks at all?
I watch it.
You watch it. Okay. Yeah. That's it?
No.
No?
Not at all.
Kayla, I think your sister does, doesn't she? I remember her TikToking.
Yeah, she do.
Okay.
You know.
So that's something that is a big thing I've been seeing, is people TikToking and promoting their business at the same time. So they can be doing a funny dance and they have their t-shirt or something which promotes their business. Pranks. Who loves to prank people? I do. I like to prank Dr. Jamal all the time. He gets very sensitive at times because he thinks I play too much. So it's pretty normal for me. What did you say, Dylan? Uh-oh.
I accidentally unmuted myself. My mom was talking.
Oh, okay. So I would definitely usually do that, or Snapchat. I know everyone Snapchats in here. Streaks, at least. You may not snap everything that goes on, but at least the streaks. Who does streaks still? There you go. A little bit. Okay. So that's like something that is something to do. But not only that, the people that follow you, you'll gain more followers because then they're interested in what you're doing. And so I have a confession. I've been TikToking. I know I'm a little old, but it's pretty fun. So I think you guys should at least do one video with me. How about that? No? No. Okay. It's all right. Okay. So the next question for that is, let's see, are the kinds of customers or potential customers for your business important to you? Everyone in my circle, in my environment, family, friends, and even others, they're all important to me because it's something that is needed as far as kings and queens. Someone needs to talk to someone. When you're down and you're out, someone has to be able to be that listener. And I'm one of those. And then not only that, just with the business that I'm in now, which is I work with Creative Solutions, and we help create personalized obituaries. And that is something that a lot of people are interested in doing, but it is a very difficult job. It is very emotional at times because you get different age groups that have passed on and they're no longer living. And that is just something you have to kind of like take into, just take in and just say, I have to protect my loved ones. I have to be with my loved ones. I have to spend time with my loved ones because you only live once and you only get one version of you. So definitely just take that all in and love yourself, love everyone that's around you. So yes, they are important to me. And then what kind of values, and traits your business provides. So basically, I've pretty much already kind of said that is, just mentorship is, I value every piece of little information I get. I value all of it and I take it in, I run with it. And I love learning. I love learning from other people. Who loves like really learning from other people? Or better yet, just talking to other people and really picking at their brains and just listening to their point of view. And you have your point of view of things, but listening to their point of view is like, okay, well, that works. And everyone has their own opinions to things, but if you have an open mind set, then you'll be able to learn a whole lot more. So it's not just based off of what you want to do and how you want to do it, but others around you make make everything go round in this world too. And you have a team that you can build off of that because of their point of views are different from yours, but they understand your vision and they can make things happen. Okay. So I want to hear from you all. I want to hear, so what type of business do you all want to either create, or you already have a business now? And what do you want it to look like within the next year? And I'm going to start off with, is it Amira? Is that how you say your name?
Amira.
Amira? I'll go ahead and start off with Amira.
So right now I'm planning on starting, so far I'm planning on starting a business where like I make my own products such as homemade supplies and selling them. I made my first jewelry and I sold it for at least $2, and right now it's like it turned out pretty successful. And by the next year, I'm not gonna say I'm expecting a whole corporation or anything, but at least something that would probably help me with like starting a small like fundraiser.
Okay. Okay. Starting a fundraiser for, and what would this fundraiser be geared towards? Or is this more so of a variety of things where you're doing a fundraiser and you're going to be giving back to the community? What do you want this fundraiser to be?
For the fundraiser, I'm planning by the time I get the money, there's this small place that like is like a dream, basically a dream shop that's like opening up. So I'm planning on like buying the place. Well, asking my parents to buy it for me. So if by the time I fundraise on that, I'm planning on like having my business turn out to be like at least a small shop in the end.
Okay. And this is going to be like with all the jewelry and the homemade stuff that you all have. So is this going to be like more organic stuff that you're making and you're offering that?
Yes.
Okay. So she has a plan there. That's a start out of what she wants it to look like. Her parents are going to be buying this. It's going to be pretty interesting. So we have to, make sure that we support her in making her jewelry, and make sure you use your social media platforms to definitely take pictures and post them, so that way they know that this is what you're going to be doing. Okay. And I usually say once a day, but you can start off slowly. Okay. All righty. Dylan, next.
I was kind of wanting to do like some programming and some software design. I was kind of maybe eventually wanting to turn that into a small company, hire a few people to help me with some things. I wouldn't say that would necessarily happen within a year. That might take 2 to 5 years or something, but I have to start somewhere. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And your software, what is this going to be?
Most likely going to be like game design.
Okay.
Maybe a bit like, or maybe even some like software, like an app or something like that.
Okay. Nice. So you're looking at it to where it's more so in between 2 to 5 years for your development and what you're wanting to do. And so are you going to be the one that's doing the coding, or are you going to find a team to do this coding?
I'm going to start out just myself, but I'm going to eventually like get a team together of people I know. I already have like quite a few people interested in this. So I'm like thinking about trying to put a team together.
Okay.
Yeah.
All righty. So is this going to be one full app thing that you're doing? Are you wanting to do multiple apps of different games, or is this just like one big platform?
Well, I figured I'd start out with one, if that would be popular-ish, if I had some demand for it, try to do more and just progress from there. Eventually get like a good base.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. That was a good one. All righty, Ms. Jalen, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. All righty. So what type of business are you wanting?
I want to start off with doing like jewelry and then like move into like start selling clothes. But I make like my own jewelry. So like I make like my own waist beads and bracelets. And so pretty much I just want to carry on like making my own handmade jewelry and then like also like contact other vendors to like sell different types of jewelry and then start creating like my own clothes that are like different and unique than like what's out already.
Okay. And so, so homemade jewelry. So how do you think that will pan out? Like, are you going to just be selling online? Are you going to be selling, person to person, like pop-up shops? What type of things? Because
I
we
want to
know
sell
that.
it online.
Go ahead.
I want to sell it online.
Online?
Yeah.
Okay. And so e-commerce will be your route to go with online. So that really works out really well. So what about the clothing piece? You're saying unique. What do you want to bring out within your clothing line?
Things that like represent like me in a way, like things I like to do, like my hobbies, but like create it all into like one design, you know? And so yeah.
Okay. All right. So you have some sketches you want to pull out and be able to design those? Do you sew, or are you going to be contacting a manufacturer to do that?
I'll contact a manufacturer.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so we know everyone's plans, and that's really good. So we have one person that's going to be doing online jewelry and clothing. We have another person that is going to be doing an actual full shop of a storefront with jewelry and homemade products, which are all of these things are needed. I go into the store and I must say, it takes me a while to find some really nice jewelry. It really does. And you really want something that brings your personality out when you put that jewelry on. So that's something to always think about. So that's really nice. Even with clothing, I always say, like, I like to dress how I feel. So it's more of an expression. So it's really cool too. And then also, Mr. Dillon there, he's like a whole mastermind. We just gotta see what he comes out with. He comes out with something like a Fortnite, better graphics, of course, and go from there. Then I would definitely like to see all of this. So in your homework or in your business plans, I always like to say, like, make sure you don't narrow it down. Don't narrow it down. You want to keep it kind of wide. So then that way, if you have to make some adjustments, you do have room to adjust. So it's not just like just jewelry or just this. It's more so providing health or, or clothing goods to the community or something like that. So then that way, if you want to start a shoe line, you have that, and you're able to get grants for all of that, to really get going within your business. So you don't never want to just narrow it down. Okay. And then just I really like hearing from you all. It's been a while since I've been online. So it's like, at first it was like, okay, this is what we're gonna do, but now everyone's back in person. So it's been a bit of a challenge, but I really did enjoy all of the output from the businesses that you all want to create. I want to see next summer, I have to see from each and every one of you, your business online, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, or whatever it is. I want you all to make sure that happens. And even when you do get discouraged, you do have Mr. Lynn and Dr. Jamal to really help you with your plans. Those are some really successful people that you guys have to hear for a whole hour. So just to let you know, they give you some really good key points, and make sure you jot it down and run with it, like I always say. So if you have any questions or if you're stuck, you make sure you guys contact those two lovely, awesome instructors that you all have. I definitely want to purchase something from each and every one of you. And I mean that, okay? I don't just say that just to say it. I really do want that. So Jalen, you're the closest person. So I better have something next week, just to let you know. And Dylan, I need to see something by next year to see where you're at, okay? In your software. And I'm gonna try to say it, Amira. Okay, it's Amir. Okay, my baby's name is Amir, so it's just an A at the end. Amira. All right, Amira, and I want to be able to go visit your site, full of goodness and smell good stuff, and I want to be able to take that home with me and use it. Okay.
You got it.
All right, so I do appreciate everyone's time. It's time for me to stop talking. So I do thank you all. Have a good one.
Thank you so much, Miss Ashleigh. She brought a lot of warmth and sunshine to her presentation, and hopefully it really gave you some encouragement and inspiration on your journey.
Before she goes, does anyone any questions?
Yes, please. It takes a lot of time and effort to round all these folks up. And, they're busy during the day.
Well, she said that. Go ahead.
I don't quite remember what you said, what you did for business.
So I have a mentoring program, Kings and Queens. So I mentor at-risk teams. And then I also have creative solutions. So I personalize obituary programs and do the live stream for that as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So we were talking earlier about growth and fixed mindset. You know, growth mindset is thinking positive, fixed is thinking negatively. As you were developing your business, can you kind of give us examples of the growth mindset you were having and as well as the fixed mindset?
So the fixed and growth mindset. So really, I don't have an answer.
Kind of what was your mindset, pretty much what was your mindset when you were developing your business? So fixed is pretty much you're frustrated, you want to give up. Growth was like, I'm going to keep pushing through. So kind of just tell us a quick journey of what was the mindset as you were developing your business?
Okay, so basically, I saw a need for a lot of our youth that are struggling. A lot of them were hurting people, hurting themselves. And it was just because they felt that they were silent. They were silenced at one point, and they felt like they couldn't really speak out, and they felt like they didn't have a voice. So with me, I told them, like, you do have a voice. There's times where you just want to scream. There's times where you just want to run around. There's times where you don't have anything to say. But I made sure that they understood that they had a voice. And so with that being said, that was really my passion, is because at one point I didn't feel like I had a voice. And so I acted out, and no one understood why. Well, it was because at one point when I tried to get someone's attention, no one was hearing me. And sometimes it's just because we as parents, we feel like we know the needs of our children, and we get so used to doing the same thing over and over again that sometimes we miss those red flags. And it's not because we're ignoring them, it's just because it's something that we think we know our children, and then you come to find out you kind of don't know them after a while. So then you have to relearn them all over again. So that was something that I had did. And so that was pretty much what drew me into being a part of that, being a mentor, a part of that community that was suffering and that felt like they didn't have a voice. And then as well as just with creative solutions, I felt like it was a need to help families that were grieving. And a lot of families that grieve, they don't know how to deal with loved ones that are now passed on. And so we tried to help them as much as possible with their keepsakes, which are the obituary programs, help them with services so that they can say their last goodbyes to their loved ones. What pushed me for that one is because I was just passionate about helping people, and I still am to this day, from mentor, all the way from me being a mentor, from all the way to helping families that are putting their family to rest. That is the big thing for me. It's just that need, and it is still a need, and it will always be a need. And even when you don't have the money coming in and things are super slow and you just don't see the end, there's always a light on the other side of the tunnel, and you just have to get there. Even if you have to make some changes in order to get there, you can still get there. So.
Thank you.
I have a quick question. What is the competitive advantage that either one of your businesses has in the marketplace? What makes you guys stand out compared to similar companies?
So with the mentorship program, there are a lot of mentorship programs. What I have noticed is most of the mentorships go year round. And that's something where I didn't do so well in this past 2 years at least. And I thought I did. And now that I look at it, it's like, oh, you didn't do anything. I didn't do any events at all. And a lot of these places that are doing that, they're doing events, they're doing summer programs. Now, what I am seeing now is that they're not doing any summer programs for younger children. And so they're mainly at home. And that's where, things happen. And so if the parents are at work and they're into stuff and the parents don't know, well, you should be able to have someone within that community that has something for certain age groups and not just one specific age group. And a lot of those age groups range from middle school to high school. So we're missing out on the elementary children. And so that's something that we absolutely have to get back into it. And so made some connections for the past couple of weeks and found some facilities. And I'm like, Spark U and ECE, we're back in business. So, but that is something that I constantly have to remind myself is that there's more. It's not just me, it's other people that need my help. And so I have to constantly keep moving and making sure that people know that we're still existing. As far as creative solutions, we personalize obituary programs to fit that person's personality. Some people just design to make it look nice, but we make sure we bring out that person's personality and we make sure that it flows with whatever that the family is wanting or needing. Honestly, we are just now redeveloping our website. And that was a big thing. We had a website up and we didn't really have anything. People couldn't order anything. And so now that we're moving on, we're saying, hey, they have to be able to order stuff. So like with your jewelry and your cosmetic stuff that you're doing, they have to be able to go online, order it, or they have to be able to come face to face and get what they're needing. And so that's what we're making adjustments on now.
Wow, excellent. I see Jalen has a question. Go ahead, Jay.
Oh, JJ.
Do you mentor different high schools?
Yes. So I pretty much have a wide range from middle school to high school students. At one point we were just doing high school students because I felt like that was a big need. But really, it really starts in middle school. So yes, high school students all the way around. Any other questions?
Anything, just some advice, just ask her while we have her. Like we said, these individuals are very busy. So when they come on here, we want you all to ask as many questions as you can.
All right, one more, because I could do this all day. What's the greatest lesson you've learned since getting out in the entrepreneur world. Like it's totally different than the 9-to-5 world. So what are some big lessons?
Follow through. That's the biggest thing. I'm gonna tell myself, I have a video that I was supposed to do like 2 months ago. And I had a stumbling block and I was like, oh, I came home and I cried because I had finished this video and I lost the whole file got corrupted. So I cried and cried and I was like, I don't want to do it anymore. But then I had someone that's actually helping me and we're trying to get it all done. And I made some mistakes. And so now he has to fix it. And I didn't know that. And since he's been doing it longer than me, I was just like, I didn't know that. He's like, yeah, that's why the file got corrupted. So I now have to wait on him, but he's there. And I really like how it's coming out because the vision how I envisioned it, it's really coming to play. And it does take a team to get there. I can honestly say that it's not just me, but basically following through what you say that you're going to do. And holding yourself accountable. You have to, in any type of business, you have to hold yourself accountable for everything. Everything. So that was my go-to. Jalen?
Do you talk to like a specific like race or gender of teens, or it doesn't really matter?
So no, it doesn't really matter. In the beginning, when I did start, it was really a lot of the colored girls and colored young guys. But I really noticed that it should be more broad. And so as long as they're in that age group, they're able to attend. And I have it to where, if you do want to have like certain things that's geared toward African Americans or geared toward Latinos, they do have that space to do so. And being able to include others. So then that way we know what to do. Because I mean, when we look at it, we as African Americans or Latinos or any other race, we feel like we know them because they kind of look like us. And in reality, they have a different culture and we need to know it all the way around. Uh-oh, you're on mute.
Do you like talk to them like one-on-one?
Yes, I do. So we have a group session, and if they do want to talk one-on-one, they can. Okay. Anything else? Dr. Jamal, do you have anything?
No, I think that's good. I think for the ladies, Amira, Jalen, I mean, you could be a great connection for them to reach out to you.
Oh, I think I did have one question. Is it like a profit or like nonprofit organization?
So Kings and Queens is a nonprofit organization, and Creative Solutions is a profit organization.
Thanks.
It's a for-profit. I mean, it's not just profit, but for-profit organization. That's the right terms. You're welcome, hon. And you can do, if you want to do a nonprofit for your business, you can. And you can have both. So if you have a nonprofit, you can have an umbrella of different businesses under that one main business. So. Any other questions?
Yeah, if you can share your information in the chat, I think that'll be good for this group.
Okay.
And then I think, any more questions from anyone else? All right, well, we thank you, Miss Ashleigh, for your time.
And I want to thank you for not giving up. I know that could
Yeah.
have easily been a fixed mindset moment, but it looks like you picked yourself up, got back on the horse. So appreciate it.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a challenge. It was. I was like, no, I don't want to do that because I spent, oh man, I think I spent like 3 days on it. And I called Jamal because I was so happy. I was like, oh, I'm almost done. And I put something in there and I didn't notice that I put it in there and it corrupted. So I was like, I don't even remember what I did.
Oh man.
So it was just like when you're in the zone and you're trying to get things done and you have this vision, especially when it comes to videos, coding or anything like that, when you're in the zone, 9 times out of 10, once you come out of that, you're not going to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
It's like writing.
Yes. Yes. It's like journaling. Like definitely, if you have a journal right next to you, use it. Use it. Use it. Any ideas that come to mind that you feel like that are like, oh, no one's gonna do that, or no one's gonna that's not gonna work. It's gonna work because it came to your head, it came to your mind, it came to you thought it already, you thought it out. When you started thinking about it and you're like, oh, it's not gonna work, you already thought it out. So just write it down, jot it down, and take action.
Yeah, I agree. I think any good ideas are worth writing down somewhere. I still do it. I try to keep myself accountable. I stopped writing it on little sheets of paper because you can lose sheets of paper.
Yeah.
So how I keep myself honest, I put it in my calendar. I actually have little to-do lists for each week. And if I come up with a good idea or something, I just put it for next week's calendar. You know, like I just have a little list of tasks and add it as a task.
Okay. I'm gonna have to start doing it like that. I have like my notes and I have like a whole lot of notes in my phone.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice iPhone.
No,
And so
not as nice as the Galaxy, but yes, I understand what you're saying. That's an inside joke, yeah.
and I just like it's like a lot of different things, and so far they're actually working because I am actually using and utilizing what I had thought about it. Even when I bring it to my mom, which is my right hand. Well, I'm her right hand man right now, but she'll become mine pretty soon. And I can honestly say, like, she looks at me like, what? I'm like, you have to just do it, and she does it. And I mean, honestly, that's what's been keeping us alive for the past couple months.
Nice.
So yeah.
Love it.
Okay. Any other questions?
Now, actually, that's a good one. Like any tools, any software, anything you think are essential for entrepreneurs?
So there are a lot of different tools to use. I know for us, we were using a software that kind of like kept us in order. So like if you can find something like that has invoices, that keeps your workflow together, that you're able to create templates that make like the emails or the blasts that go out really, really professional. That usually is what makes a good turnaround, and a quick turnaround gives you a better audience, to where you're not just stumbling through Google, Gmail all day because you get like 10 million emails. You want to definitely filter it out to where this is business and this is personal. So different softwares are definitely something for all of these students that are here. I think it's called a CSM, which is like customer service management tools. Those will work out really well. Or if they just have templates that they want to use to blast out what they are selling.
Oh, give us one. Come on now. Don't hold back. Give us the name.
So you have Post My Wall. That's a good one where you can actually design your own stuff. Canvas is a good one. And you can actually like send out emails that way as well. I want to say it's MailChimp. MailChimp. That one is really good. So if you have like a Gmail account and you link it to the MailChimp, then it is something where you can like blast it to pretty much anywhere and everywhere. On your from social media to Gmails to text messaging. I believe they have that feature now. Canva is a big one. Canva is really easy to use too. So you can always play around with that if you really want to start designing stuff of your own.
Nice. What was that first one? Post My Wall?
Post My Wall. Post My Wall is it's a little tricky with Post My Wall. But it's kind of like Canva, where you can kind of use templates and use that as well. So that would be a start out if you're not familiar with like Photoshop or Illustrator or different things like that. Premiere, and go from there. Yeah. So any Adobe, really Adobe overall. If you have a iCloud Adobe, you can get Photoshop, you can get all that stuff all in one and utilize it that way.
Nice. All right. Those are some gold nuggets on just some good tools.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And definitely as far as business, contracts. You can be the most general contract ever, as long as you have a contract in place. A lot of people, I've noticed, I wouldn't say a lot of people, I've noticed some people use Word. I don't recommend Word ever when it comes to contract work. Never. I would use a PDF and does everyone know what Adobe is? Yes? No? Well, if you kind of look into it, it's kind of like a drive, like a Google Drive doc. You can put in a PDF and you pull the PDF up and you can sign your signatures and everything like that. So it's kind of like that. So you always want to make sure you are current with what's going on in technology as well. You don't ever want to be behind. Don't think you know it all. Really start getting into the computer life, because pretty soon paper is not going to be something that you'll be able to come by very quickly. So it'll be all based off of phones and iPads and different things like that you will have to work off of. And does anyone know how much paper actually costs now? No? Guess. If I went to the store to get one case of paper, which we call it a ream in the printing world, how much would that cost? If I went to Walmart or if I went to Office Depot, how much would that cost?
$30.
$30.
I was gonna say like $8.
No, for one ream.
$8?
$8.
$8, okay.
20, 25.
Okay, $20 to $25. Okay, what about ink?
Don't talk to me about ink. My kids are killing me with the toner. That's like a printer every time.
Yep. $50. Okay.
Like 20 to 30.
20 to 30. Okay.
Probably a good 30.
Good 30? Okay. So that is pretty average right now. If you have like a small home printer. If you have a really big printer, so if you see like a lot of those nice little flyers that you get in the mail and different things like that, paper normally costs about $100, and ink costs normally about almost $700. So, with that being said, and that's not including other machines that, you know, other companies may have. But if you were to go into the store and buy one ream of paper for $25, and normally ink costs almost $90 now. That's how much it'll be. If you get one cartridge, it'll be like, okay, well, here goes $10, $12. But if you're getting the full set, it's going to be closer to about in between $80 to $90. Okay. So now that, and I just want to kind of throw that out there because we do printing. And as of now, the people that actually make the paper, they don't make as much paper anymore. And so paper is almost to where the point where it's almost becoming obsolete. So if you go to the store next time around, if you go to Walmart or anything like that, I want you to go into the photo area or wherever they have the paper and see how much paper is actually on the shelves. With that being said, that also gives a shortage. If there's no paper that's really being made, food, there's a shortage in food. There's a shortage in all this other stuff too, which trickles down to how do we now manage what's going to be coming next? Like, how do we overcome these little bits of pieces that we once were able to get so easily, and now they're not that easy to get? When is the last time you actually were able to get like a pack of wings for $10? How much is wings right now? If you go to the store, I want you to see how much wings are.
Like 19 to 18.
Yeah. And you only get how many pieces? Oh yeah, your mom knows because she shops.
Yeah, she probably does.
It used to be 13.
Yeah, only 13. Only about 13.
$13. Now
Yeah,
it's $18.
Yep.
I was right.
Yeah.
Yep. You were right. It used to be about a good $12, $13. And you were able to get maybe 18 pieces. Now it's almost over $20 now, depending on what store you go to. And you get pretty much that same amount. But that's even if like they're there. Because shortage of food is you don't see as many meats on the shelves. So when you look at like the jewelry that you all make and the different things that you're going to be doing, also look at the economy and how the stock is and all those different things, and how it will affect your business if we were to go into another crisis or a pandemic, as they call it. How would you be able to survive? Right? So if I can go to the store and get plastic and make the jewelry, but then if I look back and they're not making as much paper, then they're not getting as much plastic either. Okay, so you have to look at that. So okay, if they're running out of plastic ware or plastic materials, what other product can I use that will keep me going? So what other product can you use besides plastic for jewelry or for your for the cosmetics that you're making at home?
Metal
Okay, metal,
or elastic.
elastic. Okay. And what else? What about clothes? So clothes is mainly made from what? Cotton, right? So if it's not raining like it should, and we're not getting the winter storms like we should, and then there's a shortage of cotton, what would be another material you can use?
Satin.
Okay, satin. She's trying to go expensive on us.
Or you can reuse.
You can use all kinds. You can use
You can reuse the clothing
wool.
you already have.
That's right. Just kind of like rip it up and sew it back together a different way.
Yeah.
Okay, recycling.
Yeah.
So who recycles? Ooh, we just throw stuff in the trash and say, yeah, right?
Hey, I can send y'all some seashells, see what y'all can do with those.
See? There you go.
But thank you, Miss Ashley. We're running out of time, but thank you
Oh.
so much. Did you put your information in the chat for them?
See, yeah, I did.
Okay, good. So
I
please
do.
reach out
Thank
to-
you all. Thank you. I talk a lot, so thank you for listening.
All right, thank you again. All right. Well, you have anything else you wanted to say, Professor Lynn, before we let them go?
Customer feedback is key. Make sure that you are continuing to test the market. Mira, you've gotten good feedback. Ask that customer, if you can, what were the features that he or she liked about your jewelry? And because maybe it's something you can scale, you can copy it and just make that one of your flagship products as you continue to diversify what you're going to create. But yeah, I would encourage you, let's listen to the feedback you're getting. The negative feedback, take it for what it is. I mean, it can come from all kinds of different places, but sometimes there is nuggets of truth in some forms of negative feedback. But if it's going to affect you in a way where you aren't going to continue doing what you're doing, I wouldn't listen. Don't ever let someone else's vision or dream paralyze your own vision or dream. You know what you want to see out in the world.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Have a great rest of the week.
Have a great weekend. Thank you, Miss Ashley, for joining us and sharing your wisdom in this entrepreneur game.
Thank you.